What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, and I'm back with another video. And I already know why you're here. You're tired of releasing on your keyboards, your laptops, and your desktops, and you're tired of being manipulated and dominated by female culture. You are in the right place. Guys, I told you I was going to do a 7-part video series on female attraction. Well, guess what? This is the first of 7. So hopefully by the time I drop the 7th video, you have a better understanding of female attraction. You'll know how you should approach female attraction, and you be in better position to go and get what you truly desire. So first, we're going to start off with how should you approach female attraction. Number one is you have to understand that attraction is God-given. Right? When people go on semen retention, they go on monk mode, and they basically try to isolate themselves to the degree to where they have no sexual desire. It is impossible. You can't uproot what God has placed in you. You are going to be attracted to women. That attraction is natural and it is not evil. So don't try to eradicate attraction outside of you, right? Don't try to get rid of it. Don't try to look at attraction like, as long as I can get rid of this attraction via semen retention, I'll be better able to retain my seed. That's a waste of time, and that's not what God intended. He intended for you to be attracted to a female and for a female to be attracted to you. What we have to understand about attraction is it is God-given. Not only is attraction God-given, but the desire for intimacy with the opposite sex is God-given, right? So you don't have to rid yourself of wanting to be intimate with another woman. That is not a sinful thing. That is actually a godly thing. God gave Adam and Eve a command. He said, be fruitful and multiply. Not just multiplying people, but multiplying everything that God had given them. So your need, your desire for a woman, for a female touch, to express yourself sexually, these are all God-given. So don't look at these things as sinful or things that are holding you back. You shouldn't be attracted to women, or you shouldn't, you can shut off your attraction and turn it back on whenever you want. You can't. You can't do it. Attraction goes wrong. Intimacy for the opposite sex goes wrong when you allow that attraction to supersede God's boundaries. When you allow that attraction to supersede God's boundaries. I don't want you guys. There was a story of a guy who he got on semen retention. This was maybe 15 years ago. He got on semen retention. He basically lost his mind, right? He went all in on semen retention. When I say all in, I mean he went all in. You can probably find this story somewhere on YouTube. But basically, he cut off his manhood. He said that he was a god. Gods don't need sex. And he cut off his manhood. He took it to a whole another extreme, right? Guys, don't cut off your manhood. Don't get so into semen retention that you try to eradicate things that God has given you naturally and things that God wants you to use so that you can be inspired, so that you can reach your goals, so that you can reach new heights, and so that you can build his kingdom. There's nothing wrong with attraction, guys. You're supposed to be attracted to women. It's just when your attraction, when your desire for intimacy, when your emotional need to connect with the female, when that is bigger than the parameters that God has set, that's where you fall into trouble. Siri, I'm not asking you any questions right now. That's when you get into trouble. Examples of this is King David. His desire superseded God's parameters, which led him into adultery. Another example is Samson. His desire to be in love with this particular female caused him to be in love with the wrong female and allowed the Philistines to gouge out his eyes and bring him into captivity. Solomon, his desire for women caused him to turn his heart away from the God who gave him the wisdom to rule over Israel when he was just a young boy. The desire and the attraction for women is not wrong. It's not bad. It's God-given, right? You just have to understand how to protect it. You have to understand what it is that, well, not what it is, but you have to understand what God has laid out in regards to his parameters so that you don't cross the line, so that you don't commit fornication, so that you don't watch porn, right? So that you don't commit adultery, so that you don't, masturbate. You have to understand what are God's parameters and how do I stay within that framework, right? When we get impatient, that's when we commit these sexual sins. I need a woman right now, right? Or I want a woman so bad, I'm just going to pick the wrong one. I don't care. I'll make her what I need her to be instead of waiting on God. You know what, man? I'm just going to beat my meat. You know what, man? I'm just going to watch porn. That's when your desire for the opposite sex goes wrong. God gave you these desires for your enjoyment. And he wants you to use them. He wants you to relish in them. He wants you to be prosperous and enjoy these things here on earth with the opposite sex. But if you decide to be impatient and you decide to do things on your own will, on your own accord, you're going to find yourself inviting spirits. You're going to find yourself inviting human earthly circumstances that are not favorable to you. You're going to find yourself probably in financial ruin because you're spending money chasing women, what Proverbs 31 warns us not to do. Don't allow these women, don't give your strength to these women because they ruin kings. If you use your attraction, your natural attraction, God-given attraction, and you allow it to rule over you, that's a huge problem. You have to be able to use the tools, the gifts that God has given you responsibly. And that's what it means to be a godly man. God has given you things, and you have to manage those things, not abuse them. Manage your attraction for a woman. Manage your desire for emotional intimacy with a woman. Manage your desires for a companion, right? Do it God's way. Female attraction is a beautiful thing, but only when it's done God's way. You have to do it God's way. And if you do it God's way, you will be successful. Take the time that you're not chasing women to work on yourself, to get rooted in God, to build and to find your purpose in life. So that when you do find that woman, you have something that she can plug into. I told you guys, Proverbs 31, that woman was plugged into that man and he had things for her to do and she was able to flourish. The Bible says that he trusted her. This is the first of 7 videos. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you like this video, listen, hit the like button, hit the subscribe. I'm going to holler at you guys in the next one. Peace.